Hey, welcome to the News at Noon for this Friday, March 4th, 2016. I'm Tom. I'm your host. Your network magazine is the place where you'll find everything going on in your Park Lane business. And this month, we added a new little mini network magazine. This is great to go out and talk to customers and potential hostesses and new recruits about what's going on with Park Lane. Both of them are in your field interface and available for download. Hey, when do programs end? We're all in March right now, and so our European business, we have 4 Mondays in the month of March. It's a 4-week commission month, so count the Mondays. And the rest of the world, Southern Hemisphere and Canada, it's a 5-week commission month. Count the Tuesdays if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. Count the Thursdays if you're in Canada, and it's easy to figure when things end. And we're going to talk about a lot of great things this week that end. Double thank you gifts still continue. Every hostess who qualifies with a qualifying show, that's $250 net without tax for those countries that have tax added in the product. And when you have a qualifying show, you get your hostess gets 2 thank you gifts. $19 euros everywhere in the market, 15 pounds wherever you may be. And there's a special challenge, and that's if you have 1,000 or more in personal net non-sales during the first 2 commission weeks of March. So for Europe and the UK, that's the 14th. Australia and New Zealand, that's the 8th, the second week. Canada, it's the 10th. When you have 1,000 or more net non-sales, those double thank you gifts for you continue through the end of the month. And that is through the 28th, 29th, and 31st in our international markets. Double thank you gifts are a big draw. I love the new thank you gift selections that we have. And now you have an opportunity to use this great challenge now and through the whole month of March. Now, March is big because of Punta Cana, an amazing all-inclusive resort, the Dreams Palm Beach Resort on the very eastern end of the Dominican Republic. Just a incredible place. And internationally, all our goals are the same. A trip for one, which is level 2, just requires 2 things. Number 1, you have 4 qualified recruits. And a qualified recruit is someone who comes in their first 5 weeks of business, has 1,000 or more in net non-sales. This is really a good and easy thing to do. And secondly, you plus them, so you're 4 or more recruits, plus you, together, when you have 44,000 points, which really converts to dollars in sales, when you have 44,000 points, you win a trip for one, airfare, everything is included. Nothing is like a Park Lane trip you've ever been on before. And if you've been on one, you know what we're talking about. Now, there are ways you can get bonus points now in March. That's why with the double thank you gifts, with the new catalog, with everything going on, this is really the time to make it happen. There will never be a better time, certainly. And you get double credit on your personal sales. So for a 7-week period of time, check your brochure for those dates for your countries, but all go through the end of the March commission month. When you sell 1,000 or more, you get double everything on your personal sales. And you get 2,000 bonus points for your first 3 recruits who come in now before the end of March. You can get a total of 6,000 bonus points for recruiting. Now is really the time to make it happen. And having really great shows is really a great reason to just take an added big bonus step towards being in Punta Cana. It's the amazing $10,000 cash giveaway. And it's a simple promotion. In the month of March, every hostess that has 1,000 or more in total sales, you get registered for every one of your hostesses with 1,000 or more in sales. And during 7 weeks, it was actually started in February after convention, during the 7 weeks period of time, we will have one drawing internationally for one fashion director or leader who has had one or more $1,000 shows. You want more chances? More $1,000 shows. It's just that easy. One lucky fashion director or leader will win $10,000 in your local currency. $10,000. Would that make a difference in one of your lives? One of you watching this is going to win that. You realize that. One of our international markets is going to have a winner of $10,000. And I want it to be you. I want all of you to be in this drawing, and you do that by having a $1,000 show. Your dashboard actually tracks this. Right here above the awards, the RSC awards, you'll see the $1,000 club. Any pending shows you have in there, it will show. If you have a $1,000 or more show, it'll show you as a qualified show in there, and you're automatically entered in the drawing. This is a big deal, and we're excited about it. $1,000 shows are easier now, certainly because of the 2x4. It is our customer sale now of the land, and it really is amazing. I'm going to give you some insights on my show last Saturday, but it really, customers understand it. It's easy for them. It was really easy for me. Hostesses get outside orders. It's really easier to do that. The show is shorter. It's simpler. You don't need a calculator and do any magic math. You get more time to spend talking to the people who are at the show. And new recruits, really new people, are much more confident when talking about the special because it's much easier to understand. Many of you around the world have heard me talk about the 30, 60, 90, 1, 2, 3 and explaining the customer special the old way. No more. 2x4. It's really easy. Buy 2 items at full price. The next 4 items you get at half price. And the 2 least expensive items you want are the ones you pay full price for. It's completely opposite of anywhere else you see a 50% off sale. Your customers don't have to purchase all 4 of the half-price items. I didn't have any of my customers at my show on Saturday purchase 4 half-price items. The average was 2. You can reset it. You can do additional 2x4s. It's just an easy way to offer our amazing products with the new catalog and the new adjusted retail price. It really is. It's just a perfect synergy. Now, I wanted to tell you about something we announced at convention. It was our partnership with Red Stamp. Red Stamp does a number of personalized invitations. Here are 2 of the templates. And when you go on Red Stamp, you'll see that now you can put information on there. And this is actually available now, and it's available in all of our international markets. So Red Stamp is something you can use around the world. RedStamp.com. Look for, you have to sign in, look for Park Lane Jewelry on there as a partner, and you'll see, I think, 6 different templates you can use. It's very cool. Sharing the new catalog, you can download the catalog. You can send out the URL link. That's that web address so people can see the new video of the new catalog. They can shop through your website. My wife's comments exactly are, there is nothing in that new catalog I do not like. And 2x4 is the sale by which we offer our amazing products now. Buy 2 items at full price, get 4 items at half price, and it really is amazing. I hope you viewed the training. Hey, let's go around the world in 30 seconds. We can do this quickly. Next Friday, March 11th, I will be live at our newest franchise location. You're going to have to wait till then. Actually, I think our press releases come out next week about this. But next week on Monday, I head to that location. And next Friday, you'll love where we're at. We'll be live from our newest Park Lane franchise. So exciting about that. Looks like the official launch date now as we work towards this is April 11th in the Philippines. And who do you know? There are many people within our international business who have friends from Australia, from Canada, who have family members, who have people in the Philippines. It is going to be a huge launch and a big market for Park Lane. We're very excited. And you can benefit by taking time to figure out who do you know, talking to them and kind of getting them interested as we create the buzz and giving them that date because that's our launch date. And we've got some exciting new developments down in the Caribbean. This is the Caribbean, and right there's the Dominican Republic. That's where Punta Cana is. But we've got some exciting developments down there for a new business within the Caribbean. So exciting things going on. Hey, as I mentioned last Saturday, the 27th of February, I had a 2x4 show here in Orlando where I live. It was my anniversary 30 years ago on that date, February 27th. I held my very first party, and I've held thousands and thousands since, but it's still so much fun. And what are my takeaways? My show was, I think, $705. There were only 4 guests there, 4 or 5. 5. We had 3 bookings and 2 recruits. 2 recruits who are starting. We have a launch party on the 10th. So it's real exciting. What were my takeaways from this? Number 1, the customers loved the 2x4. It was really easy. These customers didn't know any. These weren't people who had been at any show that I'd ever done or a Park Lane show. So they love the 2x4, but they don't always sue the 4. They don't always use the 4. In fact, all 5 guests, or the 4 guests that ordered, And then the fifth one was a recruit who has an announcement show. All two was the average, so they ordered two half-price items, but the average order was still like $174, I think. So that was first. Secondly, nothing's ever changed. You get what you talk about most passionately. And if you watched the news at noon last week, you remember I talked about getting a recruit. I was just so committed that I had to get a recruit, and ended up getting two. So it really is what you go and you talk about, the first thing, the last thing you have passion about, that's what you'll get. You always will. That's never changed. And it's still the most fun thing we do. Doing a show is still really the most fun thing we do, and it is the way we sell our products. Many people look for unique ways and different ways to do that, and incremental business around your core business is always great, always important. We love it. But if it's ever away from what our core is, and our core is we demonstrate in groups. It's a social selling environment. You can call it whatever you want, get-togethers, sipping styles, whatever. But really, that's the way we sell our product, and it certainly is the most successful, and it's the most fun. It really is. So very excited about that, excited about having shows up with our new franchise business too. But those were my takeaways, really, really successful and fun. And, hour and 20 minutes, I think the whole thing was done. So really, really fabulous. I'm amazed at how much I think I sold 3 Align bracelets because that's such a cool product. And hostesses have the Orion watch as a special hostess bonus purchase that they can have as well. So these are special, really customer and hostess specials that are offered in the month of March that are hugely popular. You've got then the Yes Gift and the hostess bonus, the Willow necklace and ring that are also special incentives for your hostess. Check your network magazine for details. Chicago Convention, with all the other cool stuff going on, this really is the one thing I would ask everybody to really focus on attending. Shop around for airfare. For all of you watching this, you're around the world. Look for Chicago. There's 2 big airports in Chicago that you can find. But it really is our Chicago Convention. This may be the last time in Chicago for a while, but it is such an incredible place to be because you really see the big picture, and you come away from there. Ask those attendees how amazing it is, and we look forward to seeing you in Chicago. Make your reservations now. In the month of March, when you have 2,000 or more in sales, this is your award, the Miranda. Again, with the earrings can be worn 2 different ways. This is very cool. If you haven't seen these, there are the matching pearls one way, and this is kind of a knot that matches the center knot the second way. So what a great idea, convertible earrings and an amazing new necklace. That's for Rich Rewards Club. Every week we talk about this, but if you're a fashion director watching this, I encourage you. I implore you. I really believe in you that you can make it to branch director. And why? Because you make more money and get more gifts for doing the exact same thing you're doing now as a fashion director. You really do. And to be a branch director, you just need to do 2 things. In a month, in a commission month, and many of you are in a 5-week commission month in March, have 1,000 or more in sales. And then share Park Lane with 1 person and have 1 qualified recruit. And when you do those 2 things, you have 1,000 or more net non-sales and have 1 recruit. Don't have to be the same month, but when those 2 things happen, you automatically promote to branch. And I promise you, you'll be excited when you do that. You get a raise. You get more cool gifts. You can earn, overrides on your team. Now, I encourage you to take time in your back office. Over the last 2 to 3 weeks, many things have changed, been upgraded. Very cool. We're constantly working on making this better. This is your dashboard. It's a snapshot of what's happening in sales with your awards you're working towards, with the $1,000 club. And your dashboard is really, back there, you've got lots of great information. This is where you place orders. This is where you can learn about almost anything. This is where you can personalize it, get reports, adjust tools. But now when you go under the order tab right here, you'll see there is your start the 2x4 orders. So any other options have now been removed. This is where you start an order for your 2x4. And also one other thing I failed to mention is that we have a great new RMA system too. If you haven't done a return merchandise authorization for our brand new fashion directors. That's what it stands for. You do that, or your customers can do that, right down here on the bottom of any web page under returns and exchanges. And if you go in there, you'll see this is a much more streamlined, simpler process. It really is always trying to make things better for you, even from an IT standpoint too. So thanks to our IT department. We appreciate them. Your franchises are the rocks. They are awesome, and they are really the people who support you both from growing your sales business. If you have any questions about, what to do in terms of booking or growing your business, they're the people to come to. They are the experts. Additionally, you've got a great company that stands ready to support you. Remember, they're in Chicago. It's 9 to 5 Central Time. Put that on your world phone. Always good to have. Next week, we're going to start a 3-week we're going to do some training within the News at Noon, and it's your first 100 days, what to do in your first 100 days in a direct sales business. Now, this is really some time-tested training over, years and years, decades almost. But we're going to do it in 3 segments, and everybody can have their first 100 days again. You can make a decision that I'm going to make this happen now and really commit to that first 100 days. And I promise you the advice that we share and the training that we share will be helpful, whether you've been in the business 30 years like I have or 30 days or maybe 30 minutes since you just said yes. I promise you it'll help you, and we're going to start that training next week. It's in 3 segments. Lastly, we come into March. St. Patty's Day is not that far away. It's only about less than 2 weeks, And I want to encourage you always, this is always a fun time of year to schedule a theme show. We've got some green stuff, and you can wear some green stuff. Schedule a St. Patrick's Day show. Doesn't have to necessarily be on St. Patty's Day, but that week before, the week of March the 14th, I schedule a couple in there. People will love it. They'll love the theme. You'll love the results. And again, there are so many great things going on in March. We know you're excited to make the most of it for your Park Lane business. Hey, you watch the News at Noon, and we thank you for that. Have a great week, everybody, and thanks for watching the News at Noon.